What's up, Storm Nation? My name is Dylan. I'm Storm's website designer here, and today I am going to be talking to you about how I like to use the DNA and Absolute bowling balls. In the right place for you. When it comes to the DNA, I mentioned in the DNA ball reaction video that I like to use it on stuff that is going to be heavier in volume, particularly in the front. In terms of length, I feel like it's very versatile. You can fill it on short patterns, long patterns, but it's going to be all about how the oil is in the front part of the lane. The way I would go about it is when I walk onto a pattern, I would probably bring out the DNA, throw it to the right, break down the pattern, and then as the lane starts to transition and I need to make a ball change because the ball is just seeing the pattern too early and it's just overhooking, I can move left, and it does a good job at continuing through the motion, but at some point I'm still going to reach that barrier of now the ball is just seeing the dry way too early and it's just hooking too much. I can't keep it to the right side. That's when the Absolute is going to be really fantastic. It's going to be like your favorite peanut butter and jelly sandwich ever. You're going to go from the DNA to the Absolute, you're going to make a step in, and you're going to visibly see the ball clear the front part of the lane, but it's still going to have that strong motion on the back end that you would expect out of a Premier Line bowling ball. So today we're bowling on 39 feet, middle of the road. It's similar to the Open Championships, a little bit softer, not as flat, but similar in terms of length. So my approach to this was I came out, I started off with the DNA, throwing it to the right in the dry spot, tried to just kind of break it down, slowly started migrating left, had great ball reaction, and then at some point the ball just started reading too early, going through the head pins, and that's when I knew it was time to switch to the Absolute. That's when I was able to move that step to the left, get around it, get it through the fronts, and kind of launch it off the end of the pattern. So you might be wondering, when is it time to switch from the DNA to the Absolute? Well, in my experience today on the 39-foot pattern, I was throwing the DNA, and as I was moving left, it got to the point where as I'm throwing it to the right, it just, first it wanted to overhook, and then I moved a little bit more to the left, and then it just died completely. So I got to the spot, and it just kind of started rolling forward on me. I hit light, I didn't wash out, thankfully, but I left, the bucket, so to speak. That's when I knew immediately I need a ball that's going to have more of that back-end energy retention, and that's when the Absolute is going to fit perfectly. I was able to move a little bit left off of that spot with the Absolute, throw it on the same line, with my eyes moved in a little bit, and it came off the spot perfectly for a nice, beautiful strike. In the right place for you. These two bowling balls are going to be the perfect complement for each other, whether you're bowling the Open Championships or if you're in your typical house league, or if you're just on the road going from tournament to tournament on your sports shot patterns. These two balls are going to be great with each other, and I'm really looking forward to see how they perform in my bag.